You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 585 for Sunday, the 1st of March, 2026.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guide to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle. Are we time travelling for this episode a little bit?
A little bit. With Jayne's off on the jollies again, not involving a ship.
No, and not involving Disney either.
No. So we thought we'd get ahead of the game, and this time I get to prod her. Ding!
Ow.
Because we're recording in personage, in real life,
Again.
so that we can chat more Disney, because that's what we do.
Or we attempt to do at the very least.
We do, and unfortunately, as we demonstrated on show 584, we could have rough show notes, and we then go off at every single tangent possible.
Yeah, well, you strike up a conversation and goodness knows where it will take you.
That was like this afternoon, to be quite honest, because we went down so many rabbit holes.
We did indeed, but all good ones.
All good ones, and let's start off this week by talking a little bit of On This Day in Disney history. As I was working out the show number, Jayne, and the date we would be recording, we did have to have an argument about 29th of February, because on this day in Disney history, 29th of February only turns up every 4 years.
That's that leap year thing, Michelle.
Yeah. What a malarkey that is.
I know, but we did. Those three of us all looked at each other and when the look of puzzlement across our faces of when the question was, is there a 29th of February? It wasn't, to be fair, you didn't caveat that with this year. You just said, is there a 29th of February? And
True.
it was like, I need to process that question. I'm not quite sure what to do with that information. And then it was like, hold a minute. Simon was the only one who went, no, it's 2026. There won't be one. To which me and Michelle went, quick, check the calendar.
Wouldn't it be great to have been born on the 29th of February, where technically you are a quarter older or younger than you actually are? Was it 3/4? I don't know. You only have a birthday every 4 years.
Yeah.
So you could be 40, but really you'd be 10.
You'd be a quarter of your actual age.
Yeah.
And then do you milk it though every year? As in, because the 29th doesn't exist on those 3 years in between.
You get 2 birthdays.
Does that mean you get a birthday on the 28th and the 1st?
Yeah.
To make up for the 29th?
Have we any listeners born on this conundrum of days?
What do you do? How do you celebrate?
That'd be really interesting to find out. I would be going with okay, I am 40, no, I'm really 10. Child prices at Disney.
No, because that's 9 is the cut-off, so that doesn't work. And then you're not going to be able to get into certain places, and you wouldn't be able to have an alcoholic drink.
Couldn't get tattooed. Yeah, bit of a bummer.
Yeah,
really.
so maybe not such a good idea.
Not for a Disney adult.
But is there? Sorry, we are going down another rabbit hole here. But if you're missing a day every year, does that mean ultimately you could be a year younger at some point? Because you haven't lived as many days.
But do you live
do you live more days? I don't know.
But you don't live to 365 years old.
But there must be some catch where you're a month out or something.
Do you know what I think we might have to do, Jim? Because my brain is not ready for this question. I'm going to ask Gemini.
Maybe.
Or Grok. Or one of the other internet sort of AI platforms of your choice.
Other large language models are available.
And this is Michelle moaning here because Michelle doesn't like using AI unless she absolutely has to, because she's worried about the planet's resources. But now she needs to answer this really important question. And I must admit, most of today's show has had some help from AI because we're interested about things.
Yeah. Oh, it's quicker than just a straightforward Google, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay,
anyway.
So 10 minutes ago, which was in the history of Disney, I was going to bring to you, on this day in 1928, so Walt was on his travels. It was in New York.
Okay.
He had a meeting with Charles Mintz of Winkler Productions. And he was going to negotiate about the next in the series of the Oswald cartoons. Now, Mintz being a bit of a clever old dude, he really wanted to own Oswald, and basically wanted Walt to actually work for him rather than just being a subcontractor, really.
Yeah.
So thanks to Charles Mintz, we got Mickey Mouse.
We did indeed, yeah. It didn't kind of work out the way you wanted, did it?
No. And it links into the next On This Day in Disney history.
Okay.
Because 1930, Disney animator, technical genius, Ub Iwerks, who we know because he is the granddaddy to Leslie Iwerks,
yeah.
who we've just been enjoying the amazing documentary she has done.
Disneyland Handcrafted, yeah.
Absolutely. He was the first animator of Mickey Mouse.
He was.
And he left Disney on this day in history, which is a coincidence when you think about it, because what gets the kick in the teeth about Oswald, Bye-Bye Oswald, and literally 2 years later, he loses up.
Wow.
So he then went and set up his own animation studio, and he came up with a character called Flip the Frog.
Flip the frog.
What was that frog we had to contend with through the 90s?
Oh, Michelle is now looking at me with that puzzled expression. I can feel my hand going towards my phone.
Guys, shout it at the radio.
I need to
What
Gemini
is it called? That frog. And
What
it was
frog? Kermit?
everywhere. No, it wasn't Kermit. It was an annoying frog. And it was on everything. And he had a single, I'm sure of it. And it was just so mind-numbingly annoying.
In the UK, Michelle, are we talking this?
Probably, yes, because I live in the UK.
Well, I know you live in the UK. Can I just say, we really shouldn't be doing a recording in person when we've had an hour and a half recording. We've eaten something. It's now 6:00 at night and we're rambling.
We are. Anyway, going back to Flip the Frog, while Jayne sort of goes and finds out this mythical frog person, he later did return to Disney and back to the fold, and we're very grateful that he did.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, because it's meant that the legacy of his family has lived on and provided us with lots of really cool things.
Yeah. Moving on now to 1954, and we have a birthday.
Oh, whose happy birthday are we singing?
Ronald William Howard was born in Duncan, Oklahoma. And how do we know him? Ron Howard?
Oh, Ron Howard, as in, we mentioned this earlier. I'm going to say director, Happy Days.
Yes. Touchstone.
I can't think of his characters now from Happy Days. See, this is the problem with recording at this time of night.
Fonzie was Henry Winkler. He was the one with the ginger hair and the freckles. And again, it's just gone blank.
Oh, I think we need to put a header on this show. Apologies for Jayne and Michelle just completely losing their ability to think and function on this show.
Splash.
That wasn't his name.
No, that was his name. That was one of his films. Yeah.
He did Solo, the Star Wars story.
Yes.
And lots of other brilliant films.
Yes, Richie Cunningham.
That's
you see, it came to me eventually because it was Mrs. C. Henry Winkler kept on referring to as the Fonz, Mrs. C.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Was, as I grew older, I realised could it have been a joke, but obviously we're keeping the podcast clean. So, yes.
Can I go back to the frog?
Yes.
Gemini's given me a few suggestions.
Okay.
We have the Crazy Frog.
Yes, it was the Crazy Frog.
The music, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, we've got Alberto Frog.
No idea.
From the 70s show Bod.
I don't remember that. I do remember Bod.
We've got Kiki the Frog from Hector's House.
No idea who he is.
Frog from Wind in the Willows.
Nope.
And then it says, could it be someone else? The Budweiser Frogs.
No idea. It's
Dribble.
No.
Yeah.
That was the thing, wasn't
Dribble,
it?
a minor puppet character from various kids shows or sketches. So it's the annoying frog from the annoying music that you can't get out your head. Thank you, Michelle.
Now is it in our head?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get on with this podcast, as it might be. Hopefully, it's not too painful for you to listen to this week, because we do have.
It might be painful for us to record that.
And try and stay to the plot.
Sorry.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to try and stay desperately to the
happen.
plot. It's not going to happen. But we're going to do a little bit of discussion about what is the best
You're right. Mm.
And the
Subjective
best
opinion, but yes.
Disney attractions in the world of Disney theme parks.
Oh,
And
okay.
that is difficult because it's how do you judge best and who's judging the best? Because what you judge the best, even though we are very, very good friends, what you judge best and I judge best probably be a bit different.
Well, yeah, if only for the fact that the most outstanding difference I would suspect between us is that you're much more of a thrill roller coaster girl than I am.
True, but there are certain ones I've seen on the old Tinterwebs that I would never ride, like those standy up ones that turn you upside down 15 times.
But as far as Disney goes...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say...
That's where our differences are going to kick in,
and
isn't
I am
it?
so glad that the Muppets are going into Rock and Roller Coaster because it might get Jayne on it. The only thing that would have given it 100% chance was Figment.
No.
You wouldn't ride Figment?
No. Because the thing that puts me off Rock and Roller Coaster, so bear in mind, people, that I have done Tron this year. Last year now.
Yeah, but Tron's baby ride in comparison to Rock and Roller Coaster.
I've done Guardians of the Galaxy, and I do Space Mountain in the dark, but it's the thought of going upside down. That's what puts me off.
You don't notice it. It's in the dark. Close your eyes. Wear a blindfold. Don't care. Get it done.
But it's not the actual. It's the thought of.
No, you've got to do it.
She's bullying me. Can I put a complaint into HR?
No, there is no HR. So, as you can see, we have no consensus. So we asked for a consensus of what the top 10 theme park attractions in the world of Disney are. For me, no big surprise, it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
That's going to be your top one.
That's my number one.
I would, very much off the cuff here, I would probably say Big Thunder Mountain at DLP.
It's got to be at Paris. You can't sort of say, oh, Walt Disney World.
No.
So, okay, I'm going to go in true 10 to 1 fashion to see...
We need the old...
And again, America have no idea. Australia, no idea. Most of Europe, no idea. That was top of the pop pickers.
But we're two British girls of a certain age, and I'm sorry, but that is just quintessential. If you're going to do a top 10 countdown, it has to be the top of the pops music.
Yeah. And we were traumatised as young teens waiting for our favourite song with our fingers on the record button on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, but I remember the days when they used to release it on a Tuesday, and I would always make sure, this is when I first started work when I was 16, and I would make sure that I had my lunch break to coincide with when Radio 1 released the top 10.
You see, what you could do now is parade in front of me the top 40 artists.
And I've no idea.
I wouldn't be able to pick any of them out in a lineup.
No. We're digressing again, Michelle.
We are, sorry. Okay, so in at number 10, a ride that Jayne has actually ridden, Tron Light Cycle Run. This is obviously found in Shanghai Disneyland and the Magic Kingdom, and the reason why it's been given to be number 10 is because it's unique with its motorbike type seating, the high-speed outdoor launch, the massive colour shifting canopy, making it one of Disney's most visually stunning thrill rides, especially at night.
Well, I have to say, having now ridden it just the once, I am prepared to ride it again now I know what I'm actually letting myself in for. And bear in mind that my first ever ride on it back in late November, I was in the back carriage. So I technically had the worst possible, depending on your the best possible. It's if you're a roller coaster nut, that's where you want to be, isn't it? You want to be in as far back as possible, and I've done that. So in my view, that's the worst it could get for me as a non-roller coaster person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll be happy to do it again.
Number 9, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Disneyland Paris.
Well, at least I got the right one.
Absolutely, and I think it's the fact it sits on its own island in the middle of
so
the lake,
unique, isn't it?
and the train has to drive through underwater tunnels.
Yeah.
It just gets it that little bit speedier.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, just gives it a unique twist, doesn't it?
Yeah. Number 8, another one you may not love, The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
No, I've still not done it.
So this is Hollywood Studios Florida and Tokyo Disney Sea. They've not included the version at Disneyland Paris because it doesn't have a randomisation. And obviously they can't have the one in DCA because it's now a Guardians themed attraction.
Yeah.
So the Florida version still remains the gold standard for its 5th dimension scene where the elevators move horizontally. In Tokyo, the ride features a completely original and slightly terrifying storyline involving a cursed idol. So, slight difference, but yeah. In at number 8.
Yet to conquer.
Number 7, which we were curiously talking about this afternoon.
Okay.
Avatar's Flight of Passage.
Do we need to talk about what I was talking about?
I think to keep our clean version, no.
Okay. All I will say then, listeners, is there is one thing that I was not aware of when I rode it for the first time almost a year ago, and that nobody ever seems to mention on any podcast or any vlog or any review. And then I will just add that by saying normally in those circumstances consent would be required. And that's all I'm saying.
I will just say you're actually sat on a banshee and the banshee does need to breathe.
It's weird.
Okay. Number 6.
Yes.
Indiana Jones Adventure. And this is found in Disneyland, California and Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah, I've ridden that. My lasting memory of riding that ride is with Molly. So this is going back to 2010. So Molly would be just coming up to her 9th birthday, sorry. And she insisted on holding my hand in those seats because they're like, but they come up between you, don't they?
Yeah, the weird seating.
Yeah, and I bruised my elbow because of how she was holding my hand. And obviously I wanted to make sure she was all right. And my elbow and arm was kind of jammed against the seats. And when I came off, it was proper. Oh, yeah. Not pleasant.
The Tokyo version, Temple of the Crystal Skull, is cited for being the superior because of its visual effects, special effects. However, let's just all have agreement that the Temple of the Crystal Skull was definitely not the best film.
And also, as a little thing I'll add on is like, it is going to be interesting to see what the new ride will be like at Animal Kingdom when it takes over from Dinosaur. Obviously, same track, same system.
Yeah.
So, how's the theming going to be? And are they going to just bring up the lighting just a smidge so we can actually see where we're going?
That would be good.
Would be good.
Number 5. Neither of us has ridden this bad boy. However, our friends from Diz Down Under, Kat and Lewis have. It's Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland.
I'm intrigued by that.
Trackless system.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
A completely different take on the Haunted Mansion vibe because of the cultural differences between with ghosts and everything. So yeah, it'd be cool to see that.
And the score by Danny Elfman.
Well, yeah.
You know, superior. Next one is another one that neither of us have ridden on. Number 4, Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast at Tokyo Disneyland. And again, this trackless dancing ride takes you through the story with some of the most fluid, lifelike animatronics ever created.
Yeah.
And it's been cited that when the Beast turns into the Prince, that transformation sequence basically is a masterclass in modern Imagineering.
I have to say, if anybody's into your Imagineering and you'd like to know how these things work, there are a few YouTube videos out there that have analysed and have explained how they do it, and I still don't understand it.
Shall we pause it and go watch and come back?
I don't think it'd make any difference.
All right, okay. Then we'll go to number 3.
Okay.
Again, one we've not ridden.
Oh.
Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for the Shrunken Treasure at Shanghai Disneyland, and this is seamless LED screens, magnetic boats that can spin and travel sideways, and even move backward to simulate being underwater and in the middle of a naval battle. Wow.
Yeah, I think this is telling us we need to go to a different set of parks.
We do. Let's just stop going to the same ones every year and having the same holiday. Let's go over to Tokyo.
Yeah, just like that, because it's so easy.
It is.
Yeah.
Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Re-Ride. And wow. It's one of the longest fully enclosed coasters in the world.
Wow.
It features a reverse launch and cars that rotate 360. And let's be honest, the music from the 70s and 80s is so much fun.
I think that is a big selling point on it as well. And I have ridden this. I'm not 100% sure whether I would want to do it again. I know, but well, what I was going to say is I know everybody loves this ride that goes on it, and I will agree with everybody that it is a superbly smooth ride. For me personally, if it had been maybe 45 seconds a little bit shorter, I think I might have been okay. I just got to a point where I'm thinking, oh, I want to be off now. So had it been a smidgen shorter, I think it would have worked better for me, but that's just my own personal opinion.
I did watch on the old YouTubes a ride along with the lights on.
Yes.
That was interesting.
It's amazing actually to watch that.
So number 1, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, Disneyland California and Hollywood Studios, Florida.
That's interesting, because I mean I love that ride. I have to say that Simon and I, big Star Wars fans, really just gelled with that ride. I know not so much for yourself, but I am surprised it's come out as top.
I think it's because it's not a ride. It's a 20-minute immersive experience. It combines multiple ride systems. It's got the trackless vehicles, a motion simulator, a drop tower, dozens of animatronics, and a scale that makes you feel like you've actually been captured by the First Order. It is... You've got to take your hat off and say, yeah, it's amazing. Is it my number 1? Absolutely not. I went in the summer and didn't ride it once. You know, for me, okay, if I've got someone with me who's a Star Wars person, I'll endure it.
Yeah. Whereas for Simon and I, when we were last over in November, I think we did it maybe 3 or 4 times. We struck really lucky a couple of occasions where we had, I think it said a 25-minute wait, and we actually just walked on, you know. And I think there would be a limit to how long we would wait for it. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think it's one of the few attractions I would say to someone, avoid the single rider, because you cut out so much of it.
Oh yeah, I mean the theming, to be fair, I mean we were talking, Simon and I, not so long ago, with the upcoming changes to Galaxy's Edge and wanting to go back to more of the OG Star Wars, that if you look at the internal aspect of that queue system, it's very much like the Hoth base, where the Rebels, the Resistance were based in the OG film. So we were kind of like umming along whether or not they could change it into more of the original stuff, but there is a lot of reference to the new movies in that ride. A lot of stormtroopers that are New Order, not the original. So there is a lot to change in there if they were to do that. But yeah, that theming is phenomenal.
I am very surprised Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is not featured in that list.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I think for me personally at the moment, it's particularly in Disney World, that's probably my top.
And it's also interesting to think so many of them were dark, trackless ride systems.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal, really. But when you think about going to a theme park, you traditionally think of roller coasters, aka, you know, your Big Thunder Mountain, your Everest.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that this also proves, though, with Disney, that, and I think this is one of those things that as big Disney fans, we always get the question of, why are you going to a theme park, from non-Disney fans? Because I think in their mind, they just presume theme park is roller coaster after roller coaster after roller coaster. So it's really difficult to explain to people that you get as much enjoyment off Peter Pan's Flight as you do off Mickey and Minnie's, as you would do off Tower of Terror, because they handle the scenarios so well. And that's what makes Disney special, the fact that you can go and there is stuff for everybody to do, whether you like your big thrills or not, in my case.
So before you go, do you want to know what the top 10 worst were?
Oh, go on then. Are we going to agree with these?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
So the most worst, I don't know if that's grammatically correct, the worst attraction
The worst
in
of
the
the
whole,
worst.
the worst of the worst, is the Tomorrowland Speedway / Autopia, and that's Magic Kingdom, Disneyland, and yeah, because for an area that is meant to be the future, driving a slow, loud,
Noisy, smelly.
gas-smelling relic of the 1950s.
Yeah.
Now, I do appreciate that Disneyland is in the process of switching to electric vehicles, but I still think, as much as I love the design, I love the work that Bob Gurr put into these vehicles, a lawnmower motor in a metal chassis does not make fun in the 2020s.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And if they do make the transition over to electric motors, is it going to be a bit weird to not have that noise in the background?
So the next one. Now, before I finish and you scream at me, let me give the whole vibe out first. So please just take a moment where you're just putting your fingers on your lip or just silencing yourself. Journey into imagination with Figment, and it's number 2 as the worst of the worst, and it's basically the flaw is that it's basically the current version is widely considered a hollowed out shell of the original 1980s masterpiece. It feels cheap, lacks the original scale, and has become a symbol of neglected Epcot potential.
Yeah,
Should we just move on before we
move
talk about
on.
it for 20 minutes?
Yeah, we could be here all day, couldn't we?
Number 3, Mission Space Orange.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most physically punishing ride Disney has ever built, using this centrifuge to simulate G-forces. I don't want to go on a ride and have extreme nausea and feel like my cheekbones are smushing into my earlobes.
No, never wanted to ride it. Never will ride it. There's a space there for a much better ride. Come on, guys.
Absolutely. Finding Nemo submarine voyage.
No, I don't mind it.
I really enjoy that, but I suppose if you do have claustrophobia, because it is notoriously cramped, if you sat next to somebody who has been in the theme park all day without wearing deodorant,
Yeah, maybe not the most pleasant of experiences.
maybe had 1 or 2 burritos, possibly not good. Number 5, alien swirling saucers in Hollywood studios.
Not ridden, so I couldn't comment.
Well, it's a poor man's version of Mater's
Yeah.
ride that they have in Cars Land.
Yeah.
And it should have been a much better attraction in that land, just to really, Next one, which, bit of an odd one, the Wildlife Express train that takes you up into Rafiki's Planet Watch. And basically, it's the only way to get to now Bluey and Bingo.
I quite like the train ride.
Yeah, but do you know what's happened now? Before, you could virtually get on the train as the next one comes. There's so many people queuing to get on to see Bluey and Bingo, you can wait over 30 minutes for the train.
Oh, wow. Maybe we won't be going up there then, this next visit.
It's like banned. Got rid of the goats. Thank you, I'm not going. Although I do gather that they've got animals from Australia, which is a nice little tie-in.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Magic Carpets of Aladdin. It's like, it's Dumbo painted different.
Well, it is. It's one of those standard fairground type rides, isn't it? Yeah.
And I don't like the spitting camel.
Well, not if it spits at me, no. But if it gets
If it
somebody
spits
else,
someone else, it's hysterical. But sometimes I could be just planning my next ride by going on the app for the next lightning lane, forget all about the spitting camel, get it in the mush. Don't like. Next one, number 8, Seas with Nemo and Friends at Epcot.
oh, I quite like that.
I do.
It's a nice little sit down for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and it's never a long way.
And it has that nice Big Blue World song, makes me cry.
In the big blue
new world.
Number 9, Star Wars: The Adventures Continue.
Okay.
Basically, the gripe on this is, whilst it's a randomised story that you're going to get, it's basically 1980s motion-based technology is showing its age in comparison to the smoothness of Rise of a Resistance.
I still like it, and I'll still go and ride it. And because it's quite often a short wait, it's a great one to get on.
Number 10's a bit of a weird one.
Okay.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Oh, controversial.
Yeah, and I think the reason and rationale is, whilst the animatronics are stunning, however, they don't always properly work. There's a little bit of an issue with it. Guests feel that the story lacks
Cohesiveness.
the conflict. It's got frequent technical downtime because of the complex new figures. It's led frustration, who sometimes in summer people wait over 2 hours to ride.
Yeah, I rode it on my last trip, and I kind of got off with a bit of a best way I can describe it, really. I think it's just disappointing when you've ridden Splash Mountain and there was so many animatronics and there was so much going on. Those internal scenes particularly, where it just feels like you've got lots of empty space and just a few little projections going on and not much else. And like you say, the animatronics, don't get me wrong, are amazing when they're functioning.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong though, I could say that it wouldn't take much to improve it vastly. Get the animatronics working better and add some more stuff in, because at times it's just blankness.
Yeah.
And I'd rather something be added.
And
Add something, I'll be happy.
I would rather they have told the story of Princess and the Frog rather than trying to tell a story that's a follow-on or whatever it's supposed to be. Because I still say that if you'd have had Dr. Facilier,
for a little bit of
drama going up the hill, you know, as the way that the buzzards used to hang there and stuff, that sort of you're going for a big fall sort of thing. I think that would fit better.
Is there anything that hasn't hit this list of the 10 worst? It's quite interesting, a lot of these are based in Walt Disney World.
Yeah, and interestingly, things like, you know, the Three Caballeros at Mexico hasn't been mentioned.
But that's sweet. That's sweet though.
It is sweet, but if you're talking about rides that don't do much,
True.
you know.
Well, I was thinking that the inside whirl thing, where it's basically a sit spinner.
Yeah.
That's not being mentioned, and that to me is a bit of a duh.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Three Caballeros and I'll go on that any day of the week, but just on the basis of this is meant to be, you know, what you've canvassed people about, it's interesting the ones that have shown up when, you know.
Would have been interesting 6 months ago if they would have, a little bit longer, whether Primeval Whirl and Triceratops Spin would have got in the list.
Featured or not, yeah.
Because I imagine they would have been quite low down in the pecking order, because it's
I mean,
an off-the-shelf dinosaur spinner.
I mean, and to be fair, you know, I mean, as much love as Dinosaur has been given over the past year prior to its closing, and obviously on closing weekend it was ridiculous. You and I both know that you'd go to Animal Kingdom, and if you wanted to get on a ride quick, where would you go? Dinosaur.
Because it was a bit of a schlep.
Yeah, and you know, what was the main complaint about Dinosaur was it's so dark I can't see what's going on. But, you know, so I think it's like with any, to be fair guys, with any of these lists that people have created or the internet has created or surveys that have been done, it's all going to come down to who you've spoken to, who you've asked the questions, and when you've asked the question. If somebody has a bit of a naff day in a park, they could call out a ride like the Seas with Nemo and Friends, when actually somebody else might put that in the top 10.
Yeah. Or, you know, you want to go on the People Mover, it's broken down, that's going to be your worst ride then, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
What's yours, guys? Let us know. What would be in your top 10 of Disney attractions, and what would be in the worst of the worst list? let us know. info@disneydreamgirls.com. As usual, you can follow along with us at DisDreamGirls on Instagram. And if you want additional podcast content and our forever gratitude, it's patreon.com/DisneyDreamGirls. But until next week, it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.